Hello everyone, Tommy J here, and today I'm here to show you what I believe the best ways to build a deck for the Witchwood Adventure as Darius Crowley, the Cannoneer. So, since the Cannoneer will always come up against Lord Godfrey as a final boss until he's defeated, we can design a deck in order to do just that. However, there are a few bosses that are quite difficult along the way that you'll encounter as this hero, and without building in a certain way, they can easily be the end of your run. If you want to see how Lord Godfrey works, there's a clip of me playing against him at the end of this video, but to summarize, his hero power is to deal 2 damage to a minion and the minions surrounding it on either side. So it comes down to minion positioning around your cannon, or cannons if you're lucky, and baiting him to use his hero power on certain things, since he doesn't really have any card draw and won't be playing a lot each turn. So, the Cannoneer is a bit different than the other heroes, since he starts with a cannon on the board, and his hero power, fire, shoots that cannon. Its target depends on board positioning, where it can either target 1 minion straight across from it, 2 minions diagonally across from it, or if there are no minions in front of it, the enemy hero. So it may take a little bit of getting used to, but once you can use it effectively, it is very powerful. When it comes to loot options, I found the best way to build was to go for as much Berserker as possible, hopefully getting cards like Grim Patron, but more importantly, Frothing Berserker, since they work really well against the final boss, as well as some of the more troublesome ones along the way, such as Cragtor for example, which Frothing Berserkers just take down easily. Following this, I would fill the deck with picks from Vanguard, Armory, Dragonfire, and Legends. Commander also definitely deserves a special mention, and I would actually consider it to be the second best pick, since it offers Inspire options, and you'll be using your hero power fairly often on the Cannoneer. For passive treasures, there are a few standouts, but in my opinion, the best 3 are Dragonfire Ammo and Tactical Reinforcements, both of which affect your hero power, as well as First Aid Kit. You're probably wondering why First Aid Kit is so special. Well, it perfectly counters the final boss's ability, and it coupled with those Berserker minions is incredibly strong. Entrenchment, Glyph of Warding, and Crystal Gem are all pretty good as backups, and once again really help out your Berserker minions, but in their own way. The reality is that there are a ton of active treasures available, some of which depend on the boss you've just fought. There are far too many great ones to list here, so you'll need to make a choice based on what would be the best for your deck as it stands, or whatever suits your playstyle. Having said that, I feel the strongest 2 are definitely Grizzled Reinforcement, which summons an extra cannon once it's played, and Tuskar Raider, which will make your cannons fire after every attack it makes. Other than that, I'd aim for Brass Lantern and Pristine Compass to give you copies of hopefully strong cards from your deck, and Holy Book to let you either effectively steal and buff an opponent's minion or massively buff one of your own. So, a few tips for Darius Crowley, the Cannoneer. Firstly, plan ahead, because your cannon position can make a massive difference, and playing or killing a single minion can make it change from hitting 1 target or 2, or vice versa. Secondly, keeping your cannon centered will make it easier to reposition as necessary and hit multiple minions, since if it's on the edge, it will still only hit 1 minion, not 1 minion and the enemy hero. Finally, if the cannons fire for any reason other than you using your hero power, it won't trigger Inspires, since you didn't technically use your hero power, you just did something that had the same effect. Anyway guys, that's it for Darius Crowley, the Cannoneer. If you want to see me fight the end boss, keep watching this video. In this particular run, my 4 treasures were Dragonfire Ammo, Tactical Reinforcements, Safe Harbor, and Grizzled Reinforcement. If you want to see a full 8 out of 8 Cannoneer run, mine is linked in the description. Anyway, I hope this video helps out. Thanks for watching and have a good one. Alrighty. Not the best starting hand. Let's remove the double hogger. Definitely not ideal, but at least we have the lowly squire. Hopefully we will get our extra cannon at some point. It would definitely make it a lot easier with pistol barrage. So the reality is, if I play this squire, he's going to pistol barrage. Probably not the biggest deal because it's going to be using 1 of his mana.
I told Greymane to leave you rotting in prison, Crowley.
You were rotten even before you died, Godfrey.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Shall we put a key?
Ah, okay, there we go. So no hero power for me, which definitely isn't ideal. Because I could have killed off that Saboteur, though I don't think it's gonna make that much of a difference, to be honest. What I'll do is Unstable Ghoul. I may as well hit that, damage it, so that it will die to the Unstable Ghoul. One thing that I have over Godfrey is that he has so few cards. Alright. Once again, not ideal. Let's fire our cannon. We'll end turn. Dart trap. That's alright. That is a-okay. So I'm going to take a little bit until I can protect myself from this, I guess. Look, I have multiple Muckler's Champion. I might play this one. It's safe from Pistol Barrage. And it may take a hit from this Faceless Destroyer, preventing me taking more... Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, Safe Harbor. I'm going to choose that High Main, put it back into my hand, and then play it. And you know what? I'll Commanding Shout to keep this guy on the board. It does mean he can die to Pistol Barrage, but right now, I'm concerned about things like Gazrilla. Which is definitely one of the bigger issues that you face when fighting this guy. So ideally I want to use fire. So if I put these on the same side, they can't both die to Pistol Barrage. That gives him more attack. Not too worried about that because I am going to trigger it. So bam. And then finish that off. And I'll end turn. I might hold that Lowly Squire as bait for something else. Okay. That's fine. Hunting Mastiff with an Echo, but he doesn't have the mana. That is okay. Let's get our Grim Patron down. Yes. And we're going to use it to bait. So this is going to die when the Exploding Bloatbat dies. So I'm going to end up finishing this with my cannon, I think. I'll go for some face hits. And we will use fire. It's going to kill this. These two both within kill range. So I'm going to drop the Lowly Squire as well on this side. Because he can't Pistol Barrage everything. There we go. So summoning an extra Grim Patron for me. What I'll do this time around is Muckler's Champion. I will... Okay, so I'm going to go for... how much damage do I have? If I hit that for 3, then the cannon hits it for 2. It's going to leave it on 2 health. Sorry, doing a bit of mental math there. It was a bit slower than expected. And then I can use my Lowly Squire to... Actually... I'll use that to finish it off, because my Lowly Squire is protected now. I'll also drop the Armani Berserker here as bait once again. So if he uses Pistol Barrage on this Grim Patron, I'm going to be doing some serious damage to him. There we go. Clockwork Automaton. Damage and healing of your hero power. Wow. If he'd used that first, may have been in a little trouble. Fortunately not. So this is dead to the Bloatbat either way. May as well sacrifice it. This, not necessarily, but these are going to both be quite low. So what I want to do is sacrifice the Lowly Squire, leaving this on the side by itself. Which means, yeah, I may as well go for a hit. Go for a hit. I'll drop the Sludge Belcher afterwards. Hit, hit. So yeah, this fight is entirely all about essentially making Pistol Barrage hit what you want it to hit. So what I'll do now is drop the Cruel Taskmaster here, once again as bait. Muckler's Champion is definitely something I want alive. I'll Sludge Belcher, I'll Hero Power, it's going to buff the whole lot. However, this one is still vulnerable. Ah, damn, he went for it. That's alright. Oops. And Crushing Walls coming in. Accidentally clicked through the animation there, not that big of a deal. Kodo Rider, pretty damn invulnerable as far as this goes. So let's fire, we'll get a little Kodo out. A cute little War Kodo. Unfortunately, full board, so not summoning another Grim Patron, but that's game. So, as you can see, not too difficult. It is all about playing around the cannon. If I'd drawn my, what's it called? Grizzled Reinforcement, I believe. Would have had 2 cannons on the board, then you can start placing minions between them. It just makes it easier. But yeah, no. So, while he can get lucky, well, if you get unlucky and don't draw great cards to deal with him, he is quite easy to draft for. It's not that big of a deal. The only thing is, I had to fight this guy a ton to even get to this because it was bugged and you weren't able to get it. So, yeah, also been experimenting with a lot of different decks. I can say for sure that my preference, if you can get it, is Berserker. I unfortunately wasn't able to get a whole lot of it this time. There were a few things from it, like Grim Patron, which is honestly so helpful. But, yeah, pretty much Berserker, Commander, they are 2 amazing options. Armorer in there as well, for things like the Alley Armor Smith. Yeah, that's about it, really. And Vanguard. Vanguard's another pretty reasonable one, but I wouldn't be picking it up too often. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to favorite, like, and/or subscribe. If you want to see more Hearthstone content or my 8 out of 8 run, the Hearthstone content around my channel, the 8 out of 8 run should be down in the description or, once again, around my channel. Thanks once again very much for watching, guys. This has been Tommy J with my guide for how to win as Darius Crowley, the Cannoneer. Have a good one.